Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is April 11th, 2024, and I am so excited, you guys. Today, my ChocLIT Bar Complete Trio set came. Yes, try saying that 3 times fast, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you're thinking like I was, it comes in a trio set, I didn't know that. It's funny that I should mention that though, because I was watching a couple videos, I would say probably within the past couple weeks, and there was a lady and she did her review of the ChocLIT Bar set. And so since her title didn't say it was a trio, even though she mentioned that there was polishes to them, it just didn't click, like it didn't register. I was more so paying attention to the powders, the color, stuff like that. And then I thought, let me go back online. I already placed my order for Easter to catch that 25% off sale, but I do want the set. I'm going to do what I call my chocolate nails, and I thought, okay, it's time. It's time for you to order it, and I know you missed the sale, but you know there's going to be a 10% off coupon somewhere. And so then I just so happened to look on there, and then I found like all this information about the powders are sold separate. The duos are sold separate. They're not just sold in trios. They're not just sold in this ChocLIT Bar set. So let's take a look at the box. Okay, and then we're going to talk about pricing because you guys know I'm all about saving money and you guys won't believe this savings. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to swatch the gel polishes and we're going to swatch the powders, not the regular polishes. Okay, so you're going to be with me for a while. First, I did want to show you guys this really cute mat, and since I didn't test this, I'm thinking I'm about to knock everything over. You guys can't see what's sitting over here, but there's a lot. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. I'll do a focus check in a minute, but this is a mat I got from Amazon. It's really cute. I wasn't going to use it on today's video, but I thought, you know, if I use it, I'm going to end up talking about it, and so I won't spend too much time on it. The information for it will be in my description box. But what's really cool about it, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this little cup here, it actually pops up and it has a magnet on there. It's a heart. It's really cute. And like I said, it collapses. And you can roll up this mat, I won't say as many times as you want to and not have any creases, but you know, you can roll it up and it should roll out flat just like it did. And then I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it has a pretty strong magnet. So let me go ahead and put that back down there. Okay, so first let's take a look at the box. And like I said, along the way, we are going to talk about pricing because I want you guys to get the best possible pricing that you can. But here is the box. So I have this upside down. No. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. It says not polished on the top. And this is really, really cute. Okay, so you guys know I don't like doing unboxings. So I already took the plastic off, took everything out the box. This is how you open it. I even took the powders out. Okay, so on the top of it, it says, this is sliding out, the ChocLIT Bar. And they spell it ChocLIT. Okay, they don't spell it how the word chocolate is spelled. And I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. I'm probably going to have a couple of focusing issues if I try and get close, but I will check and then fix it. Okay, so if you guys can't see that, there are the words of the powders. Okay, so if you couldn't see that very well, if it did some type of blurry thing, then sorry. As you guys know, most of the time I record by myself. And then this card, I'm pretty sure if you've seen any of the reviews for this set, has a card here. It has the names. So it's just like a box of chocolate. So we're going to be swatching today coconut cream, peanut butter. Did I just say almost all three of those words together? Let's try that again. Peanut butter mousse, sea salt caramel. There's 2 ways. Okay, so I guess that'd be caramel, not caramel. Some people might still say caramel. Pecan Crunch, and I know some people say pecan, but from Cali, so I say pecan, and Double Fudge, and then ChocLIT Espresso. Okay, so we'll show you that one more time. And then the back it says the ChocLIT Bar. Nothing says I love you quite like the not polished ChocLIT Bar. This decadent collection was designed for our babes who like to indulge in the simple pleasures of life. Try one at a time or try them all at once. It's up to you. This is the only chocolate bar that's guilt-free and will keep you coming back for more. Enjoy, love, not polished. Aw. So that's the little message they have in the back. I don't know if anyone's ever read the back of this card to you guys. But yeah, super cute box. So here's the front. The back is just plain. And then here is the whole 360 view. Okay, and then this part, don't worry, this part at the bottom cannot open. Believe me, I tried because I had one heck of a time trying to get these powders out. Okay, so let's place that back in there. Oh, the slots. I don't think I showed you guys that, the slots. Okay, so the powders come laid on their side, and so I had to. You guys, I couldn't. I had to take them all out. Now, what does the polishes come in? Because like I said, this is a complete trio set. So if you did not know, they do have the duo sets, and when you combine your duo sets and your powders, then you get what they call your trio. Okay, but we're going to talk about pricing for that as well. So this is the box that the 6 polishes come in. Okay, and if you don't know, I'll show you guys really quick because we're actually going to swatch these first. Let's see here. It's already open. It wasn't taped or anything. Just I'm not used to not having my nails on. But I haven't got all my next stuff to do my chocolate nails. And so, yeah, I'm going to try full coverage nails because the half tips are not working for me. So here's the duos. And like I said, they're full size. They're 15 mLs, which is, I think, half an ounce. Okay, so they're full size polishes. So you know what? We might as well go ahead and take all of them out. And they are in order. Okay, so I'm going to swatch them in order as well. So let's get all of these out of the box here. I love the packaging of Not Polished. Oh, this is not a paid promotion. I am not sponsored. We pay for everything you guys see. So here's the box. There's the inside. We're going to set that to the side. And I am expecting another package. So we're probably going to hear a gate, a doorbell, a something. Okay, we're going to move this out of the way too. And this box has a little bit of weight to it. Not Polished definitely seems to take pride in how they package their items. Okay, so I already have my swatches ready. And yeah, we won't do powders yet. Like I said, we'll do that afterwards. Okay, so first we're going to do OG216 coconut cream. And we're going to get all of these out of the way. I got my information sheet because I will forget. Yes, I wrote my notes down. And then I really do not like to have my lamp there because my sink is right there, but we should be okay. And I have my spoons ready and I have them all set up. Okay, so let me get the first spoon. And let me go ahead and get, this is Watch This Fall. Okay, I have my swatch sticks for the powders and the polishes all on the same paper towel. That probably was not a good idea. So, and they're in order. And I'm just going to have to relook at those when we do the powders. Okay, so we got our little paper towel here for our swatches, for the polishes, and then I'll decide if I want to stand up and show you guys. Which is what I usually do because like I said, I film by myself and I don't know what you guys can see and what you can't see. So most of my videos just end up, unfortunately, having to be filmed that way. And you're wondering, yes, it is annoying to me, but I know when I watch a video, I want to see everything I can. So we'll have those all set up. Let's get this open. This is a really pretty color. Like I said, this is coconut cream. OG216 again, and you're not going to be able to see. Let me lay this down just in case this drips. I'm supposed to be able to wipe this mat off, but I don't know. I'm still looking for those covers that have the plastic on the back, and every time I find some and I put them in my cart on Amazon, then I read the reviews and then it's bad and they'll say like, oh, it doesn't even have that on there. And I don't know why I have the spoon because we're doing the polishes first. We don't even need these yet. Okay, so yes, anyway, pricing. Okay, so the and these are gel, so I might want to get my lamp ready. So maybe maybe that's not a good idea to set that there. And then I'll tell you about the super base after. We're gonna use that for the powders. And then I just got another battery from Not Polished. So hopefully this will be able to stay portable. And I need to check it real quick, just really fast. Okay, it still shows 4 bars. And I need to scratch out what I told you guys before, which is that when you get to the 4th bar, it'll flash. It never goes solid until it fully charges and you unplug it and then turn it on to see. That's not correct. Okay, my battery was bad. And so this year, my battery finally decided to just go completely out, to where it would only work if I had it plugged up. So yeah, sorry if I get quiet. It takes a little bit of focus here. Since I'm mainly into powders, I haven't been painting just yet. We'll do 2 coats, and then what I'll do is I'll paint a couple at a time. I'll set them down, and once they're cured, then I'll show them to you, because I don't want them to drip everywhere. Okay, so you guys will be able to see them cured, and that way you guys aren't seeing them multiple times, unless you can see when I lay them down. But yeah, so hopefully my lamp will keep working for the whole video. If not, on my other counter that you guys can't see, I do have my charger ready. Okay, so there's that one. And I want to show you guys the color, but I'm worried that this will drip. So there's, to give you a little bit idea of the color. Okay, and I have a feeling my camera is a little bit too far back. I think I said that a little further back than what I wanted to. But then I've had it to where I've done it too close, and then it looked like I was like right in front of the camera. So yeah, I'm still trying to get the filming in here worked out, despite the fact that I always film in my kitchen. I'm always noticing something. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and so after a while I just kind of make some minor adjustments. Okay, so this color is called, it's OG 217, and it's peanut butter mousse. Okay, let's set that back down here. But yeah, okay, so I started off trying to tell you guys about the price, and then I totally just got sidetracked, right? I'm not used to swatching my polishes on camera, so just kind of bear with me. Okay, so the ChocLIT Bar, just called ChocLIT Bar, the set is $109. Okay, yes, that's $109. And if you can catch, like I said, oh, that's really pretty. Ooh, this reminds me of hot chocolate, but a little lighter. But yes, so if you caught the Easter sale, like I said, it was 25% off, which is a really good time to catch a sale. Sometimes they have the 35% off. And then, like I said, the 10% off coupons that you find online, I would say about 98 to 99% of them will work. You just Google Not Polished coupon codes. But what's really cool, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do a second layer or cure it and do another layer. Let's see what happens if I put a second layer before I cure it. But yes, what's really cool with this set, the complete trio, you guys ready for this? This is why I'm kind of happy that I didn't order it when I placed my Easter order. And even though I only got 10% off because the Easter sale was over, I did not know about the polishes, and you guys know I love trios. So the complete trio is $129. Yes, that's $129. So for $20 more, you get all 6. Okay, oh, I almost dropped that. You get all 6 of the boxes, and I know I just showed you 2, and then you saw 2 that I swatched. But you guys, these duo sets are $12 each online. So to pay $20 more and to get all 6 of the polishes, I think it's pretty awesome. And I was shocked. I said, you know what? Yes, you missed getting your 25% off, but you got your 10% off. And now you get the whole trio set. Okay, so let's go ahead and cure these, and we're gonna cure these for 60 seconds. And then we'll go to the next color. And I know, I just realized I did not show you guys the that color. And then my swatch sticks, they're not heavy enough to keep the light on, so I'm gonna have to push the button. So let's see here, it should be the third button. 1, 2. All right, so let me go ahead and open that back up. Like I said, I was debating on and off for the past couple of days, would I do this? But I want you guys to get somewhat of an idea, because I know it's hard sometimes to see the name on the containers and stuff like that. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but like I said, it's a very pretty color, and it reminds me of hot chocolate. Okay, so, and again, that was OG 217 Peanut Butter Mousse. Okay, so the individual powders, like I said, you can buy them individually. They are $20. And then the trio sets, this is OG. Oh, okay, so I see they moved the word duo on here. Okay, so OG 218 Sea Salt Caramel, or Caramel, however you prefer to say that. But yeah, the powders separately are $20. And like I said, the trios are $23. So if you were to put your, I forgot there's little squares underneath here. I like that matte, or I like this matte for that reason, because I can put my charms there and then just pick them up with what do you call that? With tweezers. So yeah, I forgot that's gonna be uneven. I gotta set that bottle right there, or else it's gonna fall over. Let's see, let's get this one started. Well, you know, I'll show it to you guys first so I can talk to you guys for a second. Okay, so if you only wanted a couple of the powders and a couple of the polishes, then I would say, like I said, you guys can take my advice or not, but I would put the powders and the duos in my cart separately. I would not put them in as a trio, because you get the same size product. Okay, 2 ounces for the containers, which I'll probably end up repeating when I show you guys them. And then, like I said, I already told you the size of the polishes that you guys get, and you can see them on camera. So you'll save a couple of dollars that way by not ordering these as trio sets. And I have made the mistake of not thinking about that when I ordered, and it was just so much easier to search for the trio and then to order the trio. So I am guilty of not taking advantage of being able to knock off a couple of dollars off of each set. But me, I wanted all of it. So I went ahead and, like I said, I looked at the price difference. You cannot beat, at least I don't think, paying only $20 more and getting that many polishes. I mean, if you think about it, it's a total of 12, because there's the regular polish and then there's the gel polish in every single duo. Okay, so they don't sell their polishes separate. I don't know if I mentioned that. But yeah, by the time you get to 2 or 3, let's say 3 or 4 powders, and then 2 or 3 duos, then, I mean, it's left up to you, but you might want to just look into the complete trio. So yeah, and then the third chocolate bar set that they have, ooh, this one's sticky. I wonder if it, oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. I'm gonna have to, you know what? Surprise, surprise. I've never seen one of their bottles leaked before. So I want to get that off before I keep going, because in everything I touch. All right, you guys, I'm gonna pause for a second and I'm gonna clean this off and come back, and then we'll finish our discussion about the prices and everything. Okay, so give me a couple seconds and I will be right back. Okay, so I always wondered, how do you get gel polish off of your bottles and stuff like that if you spill it? And acetone worked, so I'm really happy about that. But yeah, let's see here. We're gonna go down the checklist here, because I realize my mind is just like kind of somewhere else, And so I was kind of repeating myself. I'm trying not to do that. But swatching, talking prices, stuff like that. Um, Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. So I'm kind of used to it and I'm kind of not. I'm kind of playing around with different techniques of when I do swatching. I kind of really don't like my swatching videos. Like, I don't know. Um, but I am trying. I'm trying to get to the point to where I can swatch and talk and just keep going. Okay, so yes, we already talked about that. And mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes. And where we were at was the last chocolate bar set. I do remember that. All right, so let me go ahead and move that back out of the way. And then we'll talk about how to search for these products, because if you don't search for it this way, you won't find the polishes. Okay, so I'll tell you guys about that after I tell you about the next set. All right, so next color, still a little sticky. This should be OG 219 Pecan Crunch. Let me see here. And it is on the bottle. I'm kind of scared to turn this. Let's see, it's upside down. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so it's $159 if you want what's called the chocolate bundle, and they actually spelled that the way you spell chocolate, like the regular way. And it comes with 6 powders and 12-piece brown nude liner kit. Okay, and I'm pretty sure, just like it was for the chocolate bar and then the chocolate bar complete trio, that it's worth it if you want all 12 liners. Or I would have to say, for me personally, so say I wanted at least 7 liners, then I would probably look at the pricing of the individual liners and then look at the pricing of, I know the powders are 20, and then go from there. I have yet to see a powder and liner combo, so I think the only way to get it is in a bundle. And of course, my fridge would decide to start making ice, and we don't even use the ice maker anymore. So if you're wondering what that was, so far as I know, that was my ice maker. And my painting is going to be off, you guys, because ooh, I should have left that there. I wiped it too many times. Okay, so we got to cure those, right? You know what? Let me hold on to that. Move that over here. We had to cure the last 2. I just remember I sat that down. It's not dry. But yeah, so I am always looking for ways to save. And I think that's probably the biggest savings that I've had so far shopping on Not Polished, was the difference between the 2 sets. And now I have to keep in mind if I order any more, because I kind of have enough to have a small shop. As you guys know, I'm a beginner. I'm only doing my nails. I'm not getting my license. Well, I keep saying I'm not getting my license. I've been revisiting the idea. But this is Double Fudge. This is OG 220. But yeah, if I did go to school, it would be just to learn the skill of how to do my own nails. I don't think they're going to teach the dip method there, but at least I'll kind of maybe hopefully get the monomer and powder ratio down, because I still haven't gotten that down. And as you know, if you work with mainly monomer or only monomer, every powder reacts different to it, and that's what makes it difficult. Some dry faster, some stay liquid, or some you're thinking, okay, I wiped off my brush enough, like with a monomer, and then you put it on the nail and then it just runs everywhere, like you just poured liquid on it. Make sure that's the right swatch stick. So due to just different things happening, I decided to start doing the dip method. And then I know I've mentioned this before, but if you've never seen any of my nail videos, then you don't know that I was using the wrong base. Okay, so with Not Polished, the step 2 dip it base is for when you do the dip method. And the dip it super base is for if you want to put that on before you paint on gel polish. and it just kind of gives it a smoother surface. As you can see from me swatching, you don't have to use super base underneath your gel polish if you didn't want to, but I kind of decided to go ahead and do that. The only thing I don't know if I'm going to add back in is the triple bond. I know that that's, I think, their version of a primer, and I've been having some difficulty with either the nails breaking. This swatch is not being nice right now. I'll go ahead and let that cure. I might have to do a second coat of that, but let's get the other ones out. But yeah, I don't know if I want to try to use that again, but there's a couple things that I think I haven't been using on my nails. I've been going step by step, prep your nails, you clean them, and then you dehydrate them, right? And then you're supposed to prime them. And I think me not priming them might be causing a problem. They're breaking off like the whole pieces if I made a press on nail, or they're breaking, like the tip is coming off. Okay, so that's 18, 19, there's 20. We have one more polish. And then I'll remember to put that one in there. And let me close this. I was about to pick this up and not close that. Okay, so yeah, and then now what's happening is the tip is not popping off, but the cuticle, and this is only if I hit my nail, like straight on reaching for something, but the cuticle area is lifting up. And then of course it hurts because it's like a teeter-totter, right? Because the tip didn't come up, or I should say raise up. I don't know how to say that, but you catch my drift. The cuticle area does come up, and that hurts. It hurts a lot. I almost would rather that it all pops off, because I have yet to have it happen and have my nail break. Okay, so this one is my natural nail. This is ChocLIT Espresso, and it is spelled how they spell it, ChocLIT, and this is OG221. So this is the complete set. I don't think you guys can see that, but this one is the darkest of all the polishes. Okay, but you guys will probably get a better view after I swatch this. Get this brush wiped off here real quick before I continue on. Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking what primer, and then I was using Young Nails Protein Balm, but I call them when I have questions about their products, and so the last thing that they advised me to do was not to mix products. So because I was advised not to do that, I probably won't be using Young Nails Protein Balm anymore. And I will tell you I'm sad, because it's a really, really good product. Okay, so all the, I don't know if you want to say, I don't want to call it hype, because would it be hype if it's true? I guess maybe hype is more so like the fuss. Ooh, that is really pretty. Let me go ahead and stick these in the lamp real quick. But all the fuss that you hear about Young Nails Protein Bond is true. Okay, so I really, really like the product. I'm really sad to take it out of my part of my nail journey and my part of doing my nails, but I'm going to take their advice. Even though most people will tell you that you can mix products, I think there's some products that you just can't mix. And then I think me not putting a primer on my nail, I think that has been contributing to the problem I've been having with lifting by the cuticle. Like I said, it's only if I hit my nails on something, though, or if I hit my charms on something. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let those cure, and I'm going to talk to you guys about how do you search for the products, because you're probably thinking, don't you just put in the letters and the numbers and everything is fine? Surprisingly, that's not as easy as you would think. Okay, so let me get my paper here so I can read this. Okay, so if you type in ChocLIT, like if you type it in, and I spelled it wrong at first from the way they spelled it. I spelled it ChocLIT. Then you will have powders pull up. You'll have some of the ChocLIT bar sets, probably all three of them pull up, and then some of the duos. But if you type in ChocLIT the way they spell it, ChocLIT, then this is what comes up. The ChocLIT bar, the ChocLIT bar complete trio, all 6 individual powders, the OG221 ChocLIT Espresso Trio, and the ChocLIT Bundle that has the 6 powders and the 12 brown nude liner kit on there. Okay, so if you type up, let's see here, what I put, type in the letters and then a space, and then the numbers. And the first letter, I do want to tell you the O needs to be capitalized if you want to see the duos. Okay. So, like I said, keep in mind you can buy it as a duo, you can buy it as just powders, you can buy it as the set. Like I said, personally, if you cannot break up the trios, if you don't want the whole set, because like I said, you're going to save $1 every time you break up the trio. $20 for the powder, $12 for your duo, and then and I have these all setting opposite order, so the other one's way over here. I'm probably going to get all these next to me. Let's see here. Yeah, let's go ahead and line them up. But yeah, it's $22 versus 23, right, for a trio. So I would have to say that I prefer trios, and I'm just going to make sure that every time they come up with something new, no matter what it is, I'm going to look and see if they have a trio and see if they have polishes to it. But I think what I can do now is, since I gave you guys all the information about searching, about saving on price, if I can, if my video will let me, I'll edit it, and maybe I'll put like the names of the polishes and stuff like that. And I did. Oh no, yes I did. I set them out of order. Okay, so this should be first in line would be OG216. If you're still with me, great. And if you're gonna come back, then I'll see you later. But let's get into our powders. Okay, so we're going to need our swatches, right? And these fell out of order, so just kind of bear with me for a second. I need my spoon. Like I said, at least I prepped. And then I'm gonna need the super base, and I'll explain to you why I'm using that in a second. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about the set itself and pricing. I don't think there is. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but probably not. Okay, so of course, again, starting back over from the front, this is, I don't trust that. Let me twist that back on. This is OG216 Coconut Cream. Tap that a little bit. And if you've never bought their products, they have these, there is a paper inside here. It's a white circle that you can't see. And then they have this. Okay, and they're pretty full. So don't tilt them when you try and take this off. And as you can see, I have not opened any of the powders, or else this would be a little easier to peel this. And I keep these. I want that double protection on there. This circle, and then the all white circle that's in the top. Oh, that's really pretty. That is nice. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm so sorry if you can't. Okay, so the reason why I'm swatching, before I forget, because I will. If I start swatching, I will forget to tell you guys this. The reason why and this is going to get really messy if you haven't done the dip method. I think I want another paper towel. You know what's right behind me. But yeah, let's go ahead and get a little bit of reinforcement here. I haven't opened this up. Let me move that to the side real quick. But the reason why I'm swatching with super base and not dip it base, one is because obviously I would need dip it base if I ever go back to having the half covered tips. I am going to try full cover tips. I keep saying that, but all that stuff is coming by this weekend. I decided I need to try it and see. Even if I can't make press on, like with the little stand that I got, the like press on nails, then even if I find that I cannot do that, then if it's easier for me to do my nails with full cover nails and just glue everything on and start from scratch instead of creating them and then gluing them on after, I'm going to have to figure out something, because me and the tips are not friends. And so far as swatching with the super base, I'm doing that because I noticed that when you swatch with the step 2 dip it base, it doesn't matter if you put clear powder underneath or not. And now this doesn't want to open because I haven't used it in a while. But the color difference, if I were to show you guys my 2 color rings, because when I realized I was using the wrong base for the dip method, I was supposed to be using that step 2 base. I decided to do my swatch ring over, at least for the colors I had already swatched, and the difference in color, you guys, So we're going to test this. Are we going to get to see the color better with using super base? And remember, this is only, I know I keep saying this, but I want to make sure you guys know I am only doing this for swatch purposes. If I was better at putting the tips on and they would stay on for longer than, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, sometimes I think the longest I've had was a month without them popping off or anything like that, then make sure I got the right spoon with the right thing. Okay. Um, Everything will be fine, but everything is not fine. It's not going well. So, yeah, even after I switched to the correct base, it still wasn't going well. So it seems like it's so crazy. You would think you couldn't get worse, but I would have to say I beg to differ out of my own experience, right? And so you kind of got to get the stuff to stay on, right? It's not the powder staying the stuff. If the tip breaks off from the I'll just set these in here and then I'll turn them on when I get enough in here. But yeah, if you can get it to kind of do what you want it to with that whole dip method, then I mean, of course, you're happy, right? But it seems like this last that I did, I would have to say broke the most. This is I just realized I was gonna put that back down. I was reading it and I thought, you're recording. You have to read to them and tell them what you're swatching. Okay, so this is peanut butter mousse. This is OG 217. Okay. And I know you're gonna say I can't see that. Okay, just tap that at the top and get this open. But yeah, that's why I was saying, I remember now. The powder stays on my natural nail. My powder stays on the tip, but getting it to stay on the nail, whichever way it wants to decide to pop, is the problem. Whether it all pops off together or whether the tip just pops off with its own powder, it seemed like that happened more. And I have to say, probably the charms. I think, double check that. Yeah. Mm-mm. I might want to get the stick. It's amazing how fast you adapt and get used to something, and then you realize, nope, that's 218. I'm not doing the polishes anymore. I was about to actually, I was about to put the powder on the spoon. And that would not have been good because with super base, let me tell you, it sticks. But the problem with using super base with your powders when you do the dip method is it creates more of a slippery surface or like a smooth surface. So that's not it. I'm gonna try and lay these down in order now because, like I said, remember they fell out of order. But the aftermath is it won't stay on because it's not providing a sticky surface like the step 2 base. Okay, that's 217. Yeah, I don't know. I'm telling you guys, my mind is just for some reason not here with me because I seriously was about to actually paint this on that spoon. I think this is one of the first swatch videos that I've done where I've swatched both of the powders and polishes. And then I do want to tell you also the difference between super base and your step 2 base is that super base doesn't have as strong of a smell. Okay, so fair warning, if you want to do the dip method, if you want to try it with a spoon, and from what I've learned, it's kind of easier. See how I'd have it like this? It's been a little bit easier for me to have it like that because I thought, why didn't I get smaller spoons? And I thought, just turn it this way when I'm doing my nails. And that's really been helping. But yeah, if you use that step 2 base, you guys, your nose might start burning. I'm just going to let you know right now because I wasn't expecting that. Not Polish is really good about their products not having strong odors. Some of their powders smell sweet, like fruit candy or something like that almost. And so it kind of catches you off guard when you smell something that has like a chemical smell to it. And I'm telling you guys, like even when it comes to I use their Glossed, their Super Base. I use their I'm gonna shake this up really quick. I use their matte. I really love their matte. Oh my gosh, it makes the nails look so pretty. Okay, so this one is OG218 Sea Salt Caramel. And you know what I did? I closed that and I didn't put that circle back in there. Oops. Okay, now, like I said, Sea Salt Caramel 218. But yeah, it caught me off guard. And it's so hard, you guys, like when you're recording, oh my gosh. Um, Even now, my nose is a little twitchy. So I might have to take a little break here. Okay, now we need to swatch. If I laid that in order, I did not. I thought I did. Good thing there's only 6 of them. So yeah, just to give you fair warning, if you're going to record, if you have a house fan, if yours sounds like a jet like ours, then you might have a problem. I'll be honest with you. I have done my nails with these products wearing a mask, and I would have to say that with that step 2 base, I thought I should wear a mask. And then the thing was, I didn't want to feel like I was yelling on my video, because all my videos for my nail videos, so if you don't know, basically what I do is, since I'm a beginner, since I'm just starting and I'm just barely learning, anything that's my first full set, my first feel, my first time practicing with a mannequin hand, my first anything with nails, I record. There's only been one time that I did not record and the nails actually came out pretty well. But I did have some breakage with that. Okay, and then also, I really, really want to make sure that I do not forget to tell you guys this. Let me go ahead and press this button here. Okay, so Super Base does have to be cured in the lamp. The step 2 base that you're going to use, I don't know if I showed you guys this powder, but the step 2 base that you use with the dip method, it air dries. And so you don't have to put your hand in the lamp. However, they said that some people told them that it kind of helps it dry faster, the step 2 base. And I would have to say from experience, I think that's true. So I will still be putting my hands in the lamp if I can get back to tips. This is 219 Pecan or Pecan Crunch, however you want to say that. But yeah, I found that it does help the step 2 base dry faster. And then I think what's going to be really cool about trying full cover nails, oh, I really like that. That stopped me right in my tracks from talking. That is pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, I'm excited to do that because that is 221. 221 just wants to stay there. That's 220. We're on 219. Okay. But yeah, to not have to use clear powder on the nail, because I do that to help with staining, since I love color powders. The only thing I got, I would say, okay with at doing the monomer and the powder was the clear. Okay, I was about to say, why do I have a 218 spoon with a 219 swatch? That's because I didn't pick up that other spoon. But yeah, and then being able to just paint the gel polishes right on the tip. Now, I know what you guys are probably going to say. Well, not only you're supposed to kind of rough up the surface of your natural nail. I spilled a little bit there. but you're also supposed to scuff up the fake nail, whether it's half cover or full cover. And some of you might tell me in the comment box, yeah, that makes a big difference in having everything stay the way it's supposed to. And that, might contribute to the lifting and stuff like that. Oh, I spilled a lot. Let me see. I don't think I can actually, nope. I'm gonna have to cut that as a loss. All right. That's the one thing I did not do. I have absolutely no brushes. Let me get this. This is what I used to clean up that other bottle. But yeah, I'm looking at the colors just right directly on the nail because I think the swatch nails might be made out of something similar, if not the same thing as the fake nails, whether they're half cover or whether they're full cover. And so I just like the way the gel polish looks just directly on there. I actually prefer not to put anything underneath. So I'm debating if I'm going to do full coverage, got powder over my hands, if I'm going to use super base before I paint on the gel polishes. As you see right now, I didn't do that. This is 220 Double Fudge. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure out, even if it's just one technique that I can kind of perfect and then just do my nails like that for the consistency. Okay, so the one thing about the dip method that I forgot to mention is you need to brush it off when it comes out of the lamp. Okay, whether you're doing the little base and the little, I call them chest pieces that stick on there with the magnets, or whether it's actually on your hands. If you do it this way and you do want to see if the lamp will help your step 2 base dry, because remember, it's not curing it, it's just supposed to be trying to help it dry. I guess there is a difference between curing and drying, kind of. You have to dust off the excess powder. So I think first what I want to do, we'll revisit this color in a second. I'm going to show you this color again if I didn't show it to you, because I just remembered I need to get that out and do that. And I'm trying to decide what to use. You know what? I have a paper towel. Let's see if that works. Because I go so far as to have different brushes for different colors. Okay, so let's move that spoon out the way. My poor kitchen counter. All right, let's take these out. And that one has to go in, so I will just remember, I'd be kind of careful taking that out because of the excess powder. I'm just gonna brush this right off here. It's not too bad. That's such a shame that super base is not made for the powder to make it stick, because I think it sticks better. But I guess overall, the after effect is the fact that the surface is so smooth. And then, I mean, if you're doing clear powder and then you're gonna do color powder on top, right? And then you're gonna do however many layers of that you're gonna do. Then you decide, do I want gloss or do I want matte coat? And I think by the time you do all that, I think that's where the fact that super base creates such a smooth surface is a problem for the dip powder. I could be wrong, but I think that's what's happening there. Because let me tell you, I didn't even really need to dust that off. So I really wish it was opposite. I really think that the colors pop more, like I said, with super base. So I'm really sad that it's not for dip powder. But this is, like I said, this should be 220, and it's double fudge. Okay, 220 stick. But yeah, so venturing into full coverage nails, and you guys, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to end up with polygel because, believe it or not, it's not that it's difficult to come across. You have what, Born Pretty, you have McCart. They all have different names. You have, I think, what, Young Nails. Think you have Kara Sky. They call it Flex Gel. I think. I don't think that's a builder gel. And that's the other thing. I'm learning the difference between. Okay, let's see if I can get this right. Builder gel, poly gel, and solid nail glue. Now, solid nail glue, you would think, well, that's kind of obvious. It's kind of in the name, right? But I mean, so far, it's what they're good for. So I was watching this quick little video, and it was saying that the difference between the solid nail glue and builder gel is that you wouldn't use builder gel to put your fake tips on your natural nail. And that's the benefit of your solid nail glue, like especially if you use McCart. And so I found that kind of interesting. They both, builder gel and I think I already did that one. I did. Builder gel and solid nail glue can both be used for 3D. And then, okay, so polygel, you can use it. I think you use it in place of like if you don't want to do nails, right? Like if you don't want to have the half cover tips or if you don't want to have the full cover tips, then I think you can take nail forms and then you can use your poly gel to actually make a whole nail. Another thing I learned about builder gel is you also can use it for your apex, right? Because I'm learning the apex is important. If you know what the apex is the strongest part of the nail. Like when you actually build it up. Okay, no matter if you're going to do dip method with a spoon or without a spoon, you just dip your finger into the powder. No matter if you use monomer and powder, there is supposed to be a good apex. And the apex is like, I would say probably right in the middle of your nail, from the middle to the tip, especially if you like your nails long. And I think that's part of my problem is not being able to build a good apex yet. Still learning how to do that. It's very difficult, I'm going to tell you, with the dip method, honestly, because with a dip method, and you can kind of see right here, even with what I'm doing so far, it's really flat. And if you don't want your powders bulky, that's a good thing. But on the bad side, the apex is just as flat. And I kind of like having my nails flat. That's the other thing. Even though I like them thick, I like them flat because sometimes I like to wear charms. So charms are starting to hurt. So that's the other thing I want to tell you guys. I'm going to try to learn how to do is 3D. And since I'm not using monomer with the powder, which is probably the easiest way to do 3D, then I'm going to try builder gel. I ordered some from Not Polished. It's called Sculpted. Okay, something's not right. What happened? I'm counting swatch sticks here in my mind while I'm talking, and we're missing one. I really hope I didn't swatch the wrong one with the wrong one. Okay, so what is this one? This is 221. Let's do this one. But yeah, you guys, me and that Apex have not been friends from the beginning, and then I had to stop for 3 months. I went to a different nail shop. I only went there once. My nail got infected. And I think I would have to say, because here in town, our nail people leave. That's what made me start trying to learn how to do my nails in the first place. And so you get someone you like. I've been going to the same shop, just different owners. And they were like, oh, well, we can't do that. And we don't want to tell you that we can. And then, you end up being mad because we didn't do it right. And I said, no, I can respect that. I'm really happy that you told me that you can't do that. But then, of course, that led me to not have a nail tech. And there's another shop here in town, and they switch owners as well, quite often. And so I ended up going out of town. So I want to say that nail might have already have been affected. Maybe some water got in between there because this was all during like shutdown time, and then me trying to figure out how to do the fill myself. I had a drill. It was like that $5 drill, the one that you really should just, I mean, some people can use it and they're fine with it, but I ended up with, I think it's called a gesso drill, and it was on sale for like 20 something or 30 something dollars. And I eventually switched drills again. So I have three drills. And the first one my I didn't even do my nails with it. I decided I was thinking about using it for my toes, but I really prefer not to have gel polish on my toes if I can avoid it. And I don't think I showed that to you guys. It's a really, really pretty color. I'll tell you guys what it is again when I put this cap back on it. OD221 ChocLIT Espresso. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this one in. Go ahead and let it dry for the 60 seconds. 1, 2, 3 in here. But yeah, so the 3D thing might be happening. I only ordered 1 tube of the Sculpted of the Builder gel from Not Polish. And we're going to see, am I going to have to switch into poly gel for my nails and learning how to use nail forms? Because right now, me and half cover tips are at a loss. And the full cover nails, I don't even know, because like I said, I'm so excited. All that stuff should be here by this weekend. I mean, everything. I already have the Macart solid nail glue. And then I ordered, what is that called? Patty gel. It's Evie's version of poly gel. We'll make sure I'm saying that right. And I don't know her, but if you've seen her YouTube channel, it's called Long Hair Pretty Nails. And she has a lot of videos, a lot. And so she, like I said, created her own version of poly gel, which is patty gel, and it comes in different colors. She has a clear one, and it finally shipped. And I think that's going to be the last thing that's going to come. I'm going to try to do, I know there's different names for them. There's aquarium, there's liquid. I also thought water tank would be a cute name, right? Nails, I'm going to try that, whatever you want to call those ones with the liquid filled inside of them. I know you're thinking, wow, you just jumped. Yeah, I did. If I'm going to go into full coverage, I want to go into being able to do something unique. And so I'm waiting for like my little seashells and my little, I think one of them might have seahorses in it, and the little shells that you can kind of break up into pieces and put in. I got the blunt syringes, everything, you guys. Okay, so I do plan on doing a video. I was going to do a practice video first because I don't want to use the nail tips that I ordered from Too Cute Nails. So I think they're located in, let me think, Florida, I think, maybe. And I've never tried their nails. They're the 6L square nails. And I don't know if they're C curve or not. I don't think they are. I think they just said curved nails. And so I have 2 bags of those coming. And I ordered 2 bags even though I've never tried full cover nails, simply because there's only, I think, 120 in that pack. Okay, and I'm used to ordering nail tips, and I ordered some full cover nails for my mannequin when I was practicing, and there's more like 500 in there or 200 in there, right? So I'm not used to only having 100. There's only like 10 of each size in their nails, but I saw them on one of the videos, so I am really, really, really excited to use those. I think it was like Nails by Key or something like that was the name of the channel, and she did that. Let me tell you, she did 2 videos with those nails. Okay, so I'm processing here. I know you're thinking you haven't showed us up close to swatches yet. I'm going to stand up and see what can you guys see, because I may not even have to move them. Okay, but if I do, I'm going to just show you all at once. Okay, so I did not forget that that was the whole point that I was making this video. I know I've been talking to you guys for a minute. Let's see, we can do a time check too. Okay, so we got some trucks going by, and so that the sound, I have my phone set to be able to hear sound all the way around, and maybe I shouldn't, but here we go. Starting off with the polishes, this is OG216 Coconut Cream. Okay, next it's followed by OG 217 peanut. Why can't I say peanut butter without messing that up? Peanut butter mousse. I'm getting a headache. This is not wanting to focus. How frustrating is that? There we go. But yes, since I haven't done my nails, I think it's been maybe 4 days, 5 days since I took them off. I got a headache from all this stuff. Okay, so sea, salt, caramel, caramel, however you want to say it, is OG 218. And then, of course, if that was painted with another layer, it would look smoother and it would look more solid, especially if I use super base underneath there. This is, um, like I said, I say pecan, however you say it, crunch, OG 219. Next, we have OG 220, Double Fudge. And I'm wondering what that would have looked like if I had painted one more coat on there. Because look at this one. This one is the last one of the set. This is OG 221. This is ChocLIT Espresso. And you know what? No, I did do two coats before I cured it. So I did a little bit, and then the next one, that drop, that one drop that you're deciding, does it go back in the bottle or does it go on the nail? I let that drop go on the nail. So I think that was the difference. Gel polishes are kind of funny like that. Sometimes you can get that extra drop on there and paint it before you cure it the first time, and sometimes you can't. You just got to worry about kind of filling it back in on your second cure, right? So I really like that one. The fact that I didn't have to do that. So hopefully I won't have to do that later. Okay, so starting back over, 216 coconut cream. Now we're in the powders, and then we can take a vote. Which one do we like the most? And I want to tell you guys honestly, if I had used the step two base that I was supposed to use, because I'm using the powders as a dip, that probably would have been lighter. Okay, so you really would have been able to see the color that well. This one is 217 peanut butter mousse. So like I said, this is just to give you a general idea. Moving on, we have 218 sea salt caramel. And then we have 219 Pecan Crunch. And I think that one, I would probably describe it as if hot cocoa had like a lot of milk in it and not just a little bit, what I would compare it to. This one is Double Fudge, 220. And I won't say what I think one layer powder of this looks like. It's a pretty color, but if you could see it in person, you might agree with me. Today is just not the, oh, of course, that would focus when I was going to say today. It's just not the day for my recording to go right. I'm surprised I haven't spilled something, or I don't know. Um, yeah, If there was a second layer, I would want to compare it to milk chocolate, but to me, it looks a little bit lighter than milk chocolate. If I were to give it a, not to say anything negative or positive about it, but a not yucky description of what I think it looks like. So this one is, last one is 221 ChocLIT Espresso. And I think a second layer of that's going to be really interesting to see. Yeah, so that is the whole collection. Okay, so of course there's those 12 liners, but I didn't order that one, that bundle. But yeah, I am curious to see. Let's talk about this for a quick second. So the full cover nails, I've been debating. I thought, since I'm gonna have my stand, do I want to go back to monomer with those? Because you get the whole thing about not polished products is they talk about how they're buttery, how they're creamy when you have that mixture, and they are. Okay, you really honestly can't tell that you're going to have the same effect. It's going to, I want to say, dry the same to where you're going to get more of the color. You see how the polishes are? If the powder is supposed to look like that, by the time you finish the dip method, whether you use a spoon or not, I can tell you from personal experience, it will look like you use monomer. Okay, so don't think, well, if I use a step two base, is it going to look all matte like that and everything? No. Mm-mm. For one, you're probably going to have two, maybe three more coats of powder on there because it's going to be so thin by sprinkling it on. And number two, by the time you coat it, it just looks completely different. But I would have to say, if you can find a video where they are using monomer, then take a look at that so that you can get even more of an idea. But that's why I'm glad that I did the polishes, because like I said, if any of the powders, if you go to any other video and you're saying your video did not look the same, your swatches did not look the same, I did not use monomer, but I promise you they are going to look closer to probably the nail polishes. But yeah, I've been thinking, I like how it looks, how you can tell that right away when you use monomer and powder. And I think on the longer nails, I don't know how easy or how difficult it's going to be to take my step two base and to actually do that, because I'm going to be holding that little chest piece thingy, right? And then I'm going to be painting the step two base on there and then sprinkling the powder over. And the longer I want them, the harder it's going to be and the more of a mess I'm going to end up creating. I might have to get like a, what do you call it, a Tupperware bowl and set it underneath so that when I do tip it back over to tip it back into the powder, it will fall on the sides and inside that bowl. Okay, and whatever doesn't make it in the jar, that's fine, because at least it's not going to be all in the paper towel or anything like that. So I might have to decide to start doing that. It's going to be kind of awkward if I'm recording, right? But yeah, and then painting. I know for me, the longer the nail is, the harder it is to paint. So I might just go ahead and plop this on the super base underneath my gel polishes while I am creating. And then I haven't decided. Okay, so I've never used Macart Pillable Base. I've never used the double-sided tape. So could I really end up even calling it a press-on, because it's not going to be as easy to take off, because I am going to connect it with the solid gel glue. Or if me and Macart don't end up being friends with that, and if I'm like, you know what, even though I have like a base or something and the primer, whatever on there, that should kind of protect my nail a little bit, even though you only want thin layers of those things, right? Then hopefully the Macart solid glue won't make my nails break out, because I've already kind of went through that. And so I'm thinking, I have used the step two base from Not Polished, and the only barrier in between my natural nail and that product was the protein bond. So yeah, I'm a little nervous to not use the protein bond. And some of you might say, no, go ahead and use it. The problem is something else with the lifting. You know, number one, if you hit it hard enough, you hit it hard enough in anything, whether you hit your hand straight on or whether you're picking something up, it's going to break, right? There's only so much it can take anyway. So there's that. And then that ChocLIT, you guys, let me tell you about the ChocLIT really quick from Not Polished. So I love it, but it is kind of thick. I'm going to try to put it into a Tupperware of warm water and see if it can make it not as thick. I know it's gel, but I need it to be a little bit thinner. And then my problem I'm having is on polish, it's perfect. Okay, it is super perfect. And that is back when I was doing the monomer and the powder and then top coating with that ChocLIT when I was finished, when it was all said and done, before I would do any decorations or anything like that. And so I love it to go on top of the polish. Now, since I've never used super base first, then gel polish, and then ChocLIT on clear powder, especially since I've walked away from monomer completely, just about, I would have to say actually on my own nails completely. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I think those should be okay. But for some reason, ChocLIT over powder, you guys, I don't know. I think what I'm missing is the step 3. Okay, so with Not Polished with the dip method, there's 4 steps. Mirror Shine, I'm not saying it doesn't work. Just call them and ask them how to use it, because I had a big run-in with Mirror Shine. You guys didn't see it. It was off camera. And so my video, I think I did a video of my Easter nails, which you didn't see off camera. Oh my gosh. Okay, it was crazy. I'll have to tell you guys about that when I'm gonna do my next nail video. But yes, I said, okay, well, I have the bond. So the bond for Not Polished, I read, and it doesn't say it on their website. It says that, like, if you do a Google search, that it's to dehydrate your nail. Okay, so that's going to replace my Young Nails Protein Bond. Of course, the step 2 base is what you use, so you have a sticky surface for the powder, right? So I'm going to keep that step. Especially if I go back to half cover tips. Okay, because if I want to use powder on those full cover tips and I'm not going to use monomer, I have to use step 2 base. Step 3 is supposed to be after you get everything on and then you file and shape. And then it's the activator, right? And it said to paint activator on, make sure it's a good amount. And then I don't know if you put it in I actually have it. I don't know if you put it in the lamp or not, because it doesn't say on their website. I have to text them and ask them. And then after that, after it dries, however you get it to dry, or if it's supposed to cure, once you do that, the suggestion was to do another layer of activator. And that's what I have not been doing. And that's supposed to harden the powder. Okay, so after that, it's supposed to come Mirror Shine, and then they told me that some people have been skipping Mirror Shine and just going straight to ChocLIT. So is that the missing factor? We're gonna find out. Is the activator what I'm missing? Is the fact that I wasn't using Not Polished Bond the difference? Because Young Nails Protein Bond, I don't think is for dehydrating. Their swipe is. Their swipe is for cleaning, and they said their swipe also dehydrates. The Protein Bond, if you go watch their videos, they'll explain what it is and why it helps. And I really like the way my nails look, especially whether the stuff popped off, whether I took it off. I don't soak. I probably should soak this stuff off. But I'm pretty rough on my nails when I take it off. I actually do the drill. And so even with that, I'm telling you guys, that Young Nails Protein Bond came through, okay? This is the worst my nails have looked. I would have to say. That's why I'm thinking I'm going to have to go to soaking. And then those liquid nails, you guys, I don't even know whether I can turn it into a press-on, whether I use the double-sided sticky tape thing, or whether I'm like, okay, when they're on, they're on. The whole point is I'm trying to get the stuff to stay on anyway. So why would I want to use one of those pillable base? I'm already having a problem, right? And so when I get to that, I don't even know. I don't even know how long I'm going to keep them on. I've decided so far right now, just full cover. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to even bother doing a fill. Once it grows out too much, I'm probably going to end up popping them off. And I know that's not a good thing. And then re-prep my nail. And then maybe I might have to file around the cuticle area of the full coverage and then kind of drill underneath, right? Dust that off or whatever. And then put that back on. And then some people have been suggesting that when you prime your natural nail, to prime your full cover nail. Okay, not only just to drill it on the inside when you're doing the little feathering with the sanding band over your nail, but to do that to the inside of the nail, right there, the part that's going to go on the nail, the full cover part, right, that's going to go on your natural nail. And then if when you prime to do both your nail and inside. So I have not even gotten to that point because I'm still waiting for the nails to come. But you guys, that is it so far as the ChocLIT Bar set is going. And I was just like have a little discussion with you guys at the end of this video because like I said, I feel you. If you're a beginner, oh my gosh, I'm telling you guys. And then having to wait that 3.5 months before I could even start back doing things, I think that was a downfall too, because you can only practice so much with your mannequin hand before you realize you need to practice on your own nails, especially if you're not going to do anyone else's nails. So I think me losing those 3.5 months, I mean, maybe I could have been practicing making beads or something, I don't know. And then I'm kind of just, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm kind of a germaphobe like that. Like the brush I would use on my mannequin hand, I thought I don't want to use that brush on my nails. Those little fake nails that you can put on the mannequin hand that pop off, which was convenient because then you could throw them away. But the problem is while you're trying to work on it, those things will want to pop up. So now you're trying to hold that, especially if you're painting and you're trying to paint that and hold that. That was one to lift up. Now you get paint on your fingers. You guys, mannequin hand just kind of made me upset. And then I still was like, okay, still buy the other little pieces so you can put them on there, keep practicing. I have a whole set of that stuff that did not come with the actual box. A lot came for 30 bucks though. I'm not gonna lie. A lot. I went and revisited. I had glitters in there. I had nail forms in there. You guys, I had some more of those wooden sticks, the cuticle pusher, the wooden ones. So the mannequin hand package that I got, okay, I got a lot for the price, but trying to fight keeping the little, what was supposed to be like say the nail, this, what would be as if I'm putting it on my natural nail, trying to fight keeping that thing on, you guys, I was real irritated. I was, and then getting them to stick was a whole nother story. You guys, I had to go to super glue just to get the fake nail to stick on the pretend natural nail of the mannequin hand. So it's up to you if you want to use the mannequin hand, but it was just too much for me. And then I was like, no, you need to practice. And the problem is I only do my nails every 2 weeks. And with the dip method, I only have to do my nails like every 3 weeks. They don't start growing out until the 3rd week, which is unusual for me. And so that made me get kind of lazy with the fills because I'm not going to do a fill if it doesn't need it, right? Okay, you're trying to do the least to your hands as possible. And so, yeah, the dip method was not polished, which you're probably possibly going to find maybe is that you might get an extra week out of your sets, especially if you're starting from a full set. Okay, so especially if you have your fill game, if it's down, then yeah, you probably won't have to touch your hands for 3 weeks from the beginning, from the full set, and then on from there, even with your fill, you still might be able to wait 3 weeks. So it all depends on how fast your nails grow out with doing that method. But I really like the colors, and I was thinking voting wise, okay, so I'm not a light color person so far as like pastels. I never really too much care for pastels. I used to do dark colors. Even on Christmas, I would have black, right? I try to get out of that, get into bright colors. And to me, there's a difference between pastel and if the color is light but kind of bright. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I would have to say between the polishes, the coconut cream is one of my favorites. The peanut butter mousse, I'm liking that. This sea salt caramel, whatever you want to call it, I knew I was going to like that. When I read the name, I knew I was going to like it. That's like my favorite to have in a mixture of with chocolate and stuff like that. And I love caramel, we would call it by itself. So I knew that was going to be a pretty color, even though it wasn't closer to the candy pieces. The Pecan Crunch, I'm torn in between. I'm going to have to say it's a pretty color, but I'm really feeling the sea salt one. And then between the peanut butter and the pecan over here, I still have to say I like the peanut butter more, maybe because to me it's brighter. Maybe that's why. And then going to the double fudge. The double fudge, I would have to say, I'm not going to lie, is like the least of my favorite. It is a pretty color, but it's just for some reason, even though I prefer brighter colors, and this is like a darker color, and I like dark colors, but in comparison, I still like the peanut butter more than that one. So sea salt's number 1, peanut butter is number 2. It's like tied with coconut. And then the espresso, I am really liking that one. I am. That one's really, really pretty for the polishes. On to the powders. Coconut cream, I would have to see what would happen after I finish everything, top coating it, curing it, all that other stuff. And then, like I said, that's why I was telling you guys gloss it. So gloss it over the powder, especially over the dip method, 2 to 3 hours, and hours later, maybe 2 or 3 days later, you guys, it was like the glossit just kind of oozed over my cuticle like area onto my finger, even though I positively only painted it on the nail part, on from natural nail on, of course the product's on top now, to the tip. I cannot explain why that has been happening, but you would think that happened from the beginning, and it didn't. And so I know that that's causing lifting as well, because now everything's connected. So when it grows out, not only does it create like a rough edge around the nail bed area, around the bottom, by the cuticle area, not only that, but I know that that's why it was lifting as well. And not the clear powder, the color powder is where I would see the gap. So yeah, I'm thinking, even though I didn't want to put the color powder without clear powder for staining reasons, right? I'm really, really hoping that I get really good at full cover nails and that I prefer those. No matter how I decide to do them, be able to pop them off, put them back on as a set, make my own press-ons, whatever I decide to do with those, or whether I'm like, no, when I took them off, they're too damaged, I have to toss them and just redo everything. However I do the full cover, I'm really hoping that I can do that so that I can see how is the powder going to react to just the nail without having to put clear powder also. Okay, because I couldn't see myself putting color powder on my nail. I don't care if there's a base coat in between there. I don't see me being able to do that and then being able to get that off and not having it staining. So I'm curious. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. But this coconut cream, I still think it's going to be too light. It looks nothing like the polish. If we want to compare polish on your, wait, let me think. That's your left. Polish on your left, powder on your right. If you can even see the difference, like I said, until I get everything on, I won't even know if it's going to look closer to this, to the polish. I'm hoping that it does. And if it does, then I like it. The way it's looking right now, the peanut butter still, it pops. It's bright in comparison, is what I like about that. The sea salt, it would have to look how it looks as polish in order for me to make that my number one. So far for powder, if it were to stay for some reason looking like this, looking matte, I like the peanut butter would be number one. And then the Pecan Crunch would be number two. And then followed by the Double Fudge. I just don't seem to care for it in either one. Pretty color, just not for me. And then the ChocLIT Espresso is so, but if it ends up looking more closer to the polish, then that would be like my number 3 or 4. So I'm going to get out of here and clean all this stuff up. This is the least amount of mess I've had in a while. I am so happy. But you guys, I hope this helped some. And then what I'll do is, if I do, instead of liquid nails first, because I'm thinking about switching my order of my next set, if I do my chocolate nails first, then I'm definitely going to at least do one hand and probably record it and share it with you guys so you guys can see, oh, okay, I see what she's saying. Yeah, even though she used full cover nails, her swatches still didn't get as close to what she wanted, but at least we got kind of an idea of the shade of the color. And then that whole creamy look comes after you get everything all on there and it's all finished and pretty. And so she did warn us that there was going to be a difference between her swatches and her actual nails when she did them. Okay, so I think I want to do that. Then the liquid nails, then I'll probably do, if I don't do the practice video, then when I actually do them and they're going to be on my fingers, oh my gosh, then maybe I'll do a video of that. Like, so I'm trying to do all my first. Okay, so you guys have a great day. Stay safe. And if you have tried the ChocLIT Bar set, let me know. And if you didn't know that there was polishes, I mean, because $129, I just realized I don't have to have them in order. Look at this. All of this, the powders will be $109 by themselves. But when you add in the fact $20 more, that's 12, that's 24. So by the time you pay that $129 instead of $109 for just the powders, you might as well, if you were to do it separate, take that out. And I can tell you the powders alone by themselves will be $120 because 20 times 6, right? So it being 109 instead of 120 is a good savings already. But like I said, 109 all powders. One more time, I'll tell you guys that again. 129. So for $20 extra, you get all the rest of the stuff. You get all the polishes. And like I said, by the time you price out 2 of them, you already have passed up what you wouldn't get unless you bought the complete trio set. I'm satisfied. I would have to say they got my little 10% off coupon that I found online, right? And if I had found this during the Easter 25% off sale, that would have been great. And at the 35% off, oh my gosh. I've been thinking about doing like some giveaways. And at that point, I probably would have been willing to do a giveaway if I could have got like a 35% off, or even at the 25, if I had like another set of this. So I am thinking about doing some type of giveaway or something like that, but I got to figure out how to do that because our personal information is important, right? Our address and stuff like that. And I would have to find a way to send it to you guys. Or I don't know if I want to open up a little shop, and I don't know if I can do a shop until I'm monetized. I'm not monetized. So maybe if I had like the YouTube shop, then if I could do like discounted prices where you're like, oh wow, you know what? She's really not making any money. She's just like, I love the product so much. I just want to share it, and we can get some stuff where we'll get a little bit more. Of course, I'm not trying to end up competing with my polish. I mean, this is their products and stuff like that. But I know some people, they do giveaways, or some people I've seen, I think even do like giving away a mystery box or something like that, right? To say thank you to their viewers and things like that. So I've been seeing a couple ideas of some other content creators that are either nail techs by trade, they're professionals, they have clients, and they have where they do their own nails, or they only do clients, or where they only do their own nails. A couple of the people there I have seen have done some giveaways and stuff like that. So I thought it'd be kind of cool, you know, just to say you guys thank you for watching, and to just share the love. I mean, if you like doing your nails, you're gonna get lost in not polished products. I put it away. I have a whole nother set of powders and polishes, so maybe that'll be another video for another time. But you guys stay safe, like I said, and as always, thank you for watching upfront and honest reviews. Let me know which colors do you like, and then if I have to, then if you request it, maybe I can end up doing and you know what, there's 6 colors, so maybe I can end up doing like one color on each finger, and maybe adding the other color on one finger, and then going through a whole full thing and then showing you guys. But then the problem is I got to take it off. Okay, so I'm gonna let me think about my chocolate nails. Maybe I can use possibly all 6. I don't know how all 6 are gonna look together. And then the charms, you guys are gonna see me start trying to arch the back of those charms. Yes, I think I need to round those off. They're too flat, some of them. And the really big extra ones where it's like, oh wow, that's really extra. You really went there with the size. That's almost bigger than your whole nail. Those, I need to start getting them to shape to the curvature of the nail, no matter what I end up doing on my nails. So I've been practicing doing that and trying to deal with the smell, because the resin, once you start drilling on it, it has a bit of an awkward smell. And so I don't know if some of it smells sweet. It's kind of weird, but I think I'm gonna start doing that as well. I mentioned that a long time ago, but it is time. It is necessary, because if I don't get into being able to do 3D the way I want to, because I can draw, I just can't draw small, and I can't draw people, and I can't draw cars. But the 3D is a whole nother thing. And like I said, you might see me back in monomer and powders just because of the 3D part of the nail. I might go dip method and then 3D is with monomers. So I really don't want to do that. So I'm hoping that builder gel, that sculpted from not polished, I'm hoping someone's gel can end up working for me with my technique to do that. So a lot of stuff to come up, but I need to, I gotta walk first. Just in case you're wondering, why is your hair all messed up? Why is it like this? And why didn't you bother to comb your hair? As you can see, I am dressed to go do my treadmill walk, and I don't do my walk and talks every day anymore. I just walk every day I can on the treadmill. And yes, I'm up to date, like, oh my gosh, like 418 or 419. My challenge is for 2 years. So I'm trying to avoid that because I have a headache and I know I need to eat. But I think if I can do an Excedrin, take a sip of maybe some cola or something like that, because you know it has, well, I won't say for sure, but I've been told it has folic acid and it's the only soda that has it and it's supposed to help with headaches. That's what I've been told. I don't know if that's true, but I'm getting a little bit of headache. Luckily, these not polished products don't have a strong smell. So I think it maybe was just super base a little bit, just might just be a little stuffy in my house, just period anyway, because I'm not the person that likes to open up windows and stuff like that. And we're transitioning in our weather as well. So I don't even know if it's warm enough to even have the windows open, or if I open, if it's going to trigger the heater coming on. So all I did was turn it down so it wouldn't come on during the video. So yes, I don't like having my curtains open, my blinds open. I call myself the little vampire. I don't know, this skylight bothers me. I have every light on known to man in the kitchen, but yeah, having that right there it's actually annoying me to have all this light in my house, but I'm happy to at least have a home. So yes, I will see you guys later, and I don't know what I'm gonna have for lunch today, or else I will share you guys with that. I'm thinking about doing like a lunchtime, just chit-chatting with you guys and stuff like that. So I'm having some ideas about some other videos and stuff like that, and I have to decide how am I going to do that. But I will get all that put together, and then you guys will see it on the recording. But I'll see you guys later. I think I said that backwards. See you guys later. I think I did say that backwards. I'm gonna go and get out here, and so I can get back in here and eat and get cleaned up. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.